Today in Trumpworld, March 27. Trump's schedule. 10:30 a.m., President Donald Trump will receive his daily intelligence briefing in the Oval Office. 11 a.m., Trump will participate in a roundtable discussion with women small business owners in the Roosevelt Room. 12:30 p.m., Trump will lunch with Vice President Mike Pence and Secretary of State Rex Tillerson in the presidential dining room. 3 p.m., Trump will hold a bill signing in the Oval Office. Other happenings: Sean Spicer will brief the press at the White House at 1:30 p.m. Now what? After suffering its first legislative blow at the hands of the Washington establishment, the White House regrouped over the weekend with senior aides strategizing on ways to score their boss a few wins and reassessing future friends and foes. Instead of dwelling on the humbling Obamacare repeal defeat, President Donald Trump's chief strategist Steve Bannon told Politico there would be action this week coming from the White House. Expect executive orders this week on trade, energy and environmental regulations, he said in a text message. Action from the Washington Post's Ashley Parker and Philip Rucker. President Trump plans to unveil a new White House office on Monday with sweeping authority to overhaul the federal bureaucracy and fulfill key campaign promises, such as reforming care for veterans and fighting opiate addiction, by harvesting ideas from the business world and, potentially, privatizing some government functions. The White House Office of American Innovation, to be led by Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law and senior advisor, will operate as its own nimble power center within the West Wing and will report directly to Trump. Viewed internally as a SWAT team of strategic consultants, the office will be staffed by former business executives and is designed to infuse fresh thinking into Washington, float above the daily political grind and create a lasting legacy for a president still searching for signature achievements. Blame game in the White House. From Politico's Alex Eisenstadt, with President Donald Trump's sweeping agenda hitting the rocks as he edges toward the 100-day mark, top aides, political allies and donors are embroiled in a furious round of finger-pointing over who is at fault. The recriminations extend far beyond the implosion of the GOP's Obamacare repeal on Friday. Senior aides are lashing each other over their inability to stem a never-ending tide of negative stories about the president. There is second-guessing of the Republican National Committee's efforts to mobilize Trump's electoral coalition on behalf of his legislative priorities. At the Environmental Protection Agency, a top official quit recently amid accusations the department is failing to advance the president's campaign promises. And one of Trump's most generous benefactors, Rebecca Mercer, has expressed frustration over the direction of the administration. Tax reform prospects. From the New York Times' Ellen Rappaport, picking themselves up after the bruising collapse of their health care plan, President Trump and Republicans in Congress will start this week on a legislative obstacle course that will be even more arduous, the first overhaul of the tax code in 3 decades. Mr. Trump's inability to make good on his promise to repeal the Affordable Care Act has made the already daunting challenge of tax reform even more difficult. Not only has Mr. Trump's aura of political invincibility been shattered, but without killing the Affordable Care Act, Republicans will be unable to rewrite the tax code in the sweeping fashion that the president has called for. The grand plans of lower rates, fewer loopholes and a tax on imports may have to be scaled back to a big corporate tax cut and possibly an individual tax cut. A lot of people think Mr. Trump might go for this to get an easy win.